Māna ana hoki rā te putanga o te ariki, māna ana hoki rā te putanga o te whetū tapu o te tau. Ko matariki ko a kāeke ki te mahuta, kāeke ki te pai o mahara, kāeke ki mui a tātou katoa. Koia he whetū mate, iaku tā ruru nui, ko ruiruia ki te umorangi nui. Koia he whetū ora, te hunga ora, iaku taringa rahi, iaku taringa huruhuru tēnā rā koutou katoa. Koia he whetū manako nui. Māna atia matariki, māna atia taringa tēnā rā koutou katoa. Iaku manuhiri, te matawhunenga, iaku ruanuku, iaku tohunga. Ka te anō koutou kia whakanui, i ngā mahi ko ti ia koutou ngā mahi tapu, te reo ngongi rua, te reo ngongi katoa. O reira, tēnā rā koutou katoa, i roto i ngā mahi katoa. Kia koe e tai, tēnā koe.
Nā koe.
Hara te mai.
Kia koe hoki Erica, tēnā hoki koe.
Rory!
It's been a long week, it's been a long day. It has. We have te matapūnenga, our mega manuhiri today. And we are e whakapāhotanga atu i te piki taone o te upoko o te ika o te rāko o te papa. Hei raro hoki nei te manaakitanga a te wānanga o te roa. Me te māngai pāho tainotu ki a reo irirangi, tēnā rā koutou katoa. Me pēhea tā tātou i whai tēnei kōrero, e nui ngā kōrero. I think we'll go through introductions at the first, ka timata ki i tēnei taha, ka haere mai, ka whai nei ngā kōrero. Kia koe Pakeke.
Whakake wiri ata Ngāti Raukawa te au ki te tonga.
Kia ora koutou, kahu rōpata, Ngāti tōranga tira.
Tēnā koutou, Jeremy Tātere McLeod, Ngāti kahu munu me ngā iwi te kau neke atu.
Tēnā koutou e ngai taringa, pai te kite o koutou e mau kākahu ana, Erica Sinclair, te whānau whanui.
Richie McCaw, Crusaders. Rangi mā tā mua tūhoi.
Kia ora koutou, Pau Tēmara, tūhoi.
Tēnā tātou katoa, Brown Egloen, any whare pūhunga in the house? Hei ka hoki whare pūhunga Ngāti Mania Poto, kia ora tātou.
Kia ora. Lindsay, te puaheiri Snowden, ngā iwi o te taitokerau, tēnā koutou.
Tēnā hoki tātou katoa, korohere ngāpo, pare hauraki.
Kia ora tātou, Anaha Hini, Ngāti Tarawhai, whakau e tūhaurangi te rawawaka. Kia ora.
Kia ora tātou, Mataia Kepa, Ngāti Rārua, Ngāti Maniapoto, te arawa. Kia ora.
Kia ora tātou, Jonathan Thurston, Queensland. You're in the wrong place.
Matariki's kettle.
I think the other exhibition's down there.
Where the New South Wales trophies are.
Whanau e te iwi, te matapūnenga. Nā koutou ngā mahi i te ata nei. For my first pātai, it's actually to you, e tā pou. I tupu ai koe i ao ke atu, I tēnei ao. Ko ngā tohunga i ako i a koe, tainatu ki tēnei wā, hea o whakaro. Mō ngā tohunga ko ki te e koe, tainatu ki tēnei wā.
Hei, tēnā pātai. That's a good question. My generation of Maori grew up when Maori language was, and tikanga Maori, were the two imperatives in the areas that still adhered to the Maori language and to tikanga Maori. And in those areas, and even outside of those areas, you had people, you had men, older men, elderly men, and women who were tohunga. Mm. And one of the aspects that I reflect on is how did they become tohunga? What was it that made them tohunga? And of course, whakapapa has a lot to do with it. But there were people in there who didn't have the prerequisite whakapapa who were tohunga. And yet they were tohunga. one of the main prerequisite of tohungatanga is you had to be a person of high education. You couldn't be a tohunga if you were a blockhead like... You saw all the heads rising, eh? But you couldn't. And when we look back into the history of Māoridom, all tohunga, male or female, were highly educated people. They were highly educated. And so it is with this group of people now called Te Matapunenga. These people are highly educated. Within the group of 12 that made up Te Matapunenga, there are 3 professors, there are doctors, many of them are doctors, one of them is a medical doctor. And so you find that the people who make up Te Matapunenga, as they sit around you, and 1 or 2 are missing, they will be consigned to Siberia and shot. Because they haven't stuck to the cover of Te Matapunenga and turned up. That's one of the things about being a tohunga, you must turn up. Nera rangi. Yeah. Yeah. The times that I've turned rangi into a frog because he didn't turn up. Yes, but those are the things about being Te Matapunenga. So, ka pātai koe, he hate rereke o ngā tohunga o tērā wā ki ngā tohunga o tēnei wā. The main difference is the depth of knowledge. And that depth of knowledge goes back to traditional knowledge, the knowledge of their tipuna. And the difference with this group of tohunga is that their knowledge is different.
Kia ora.
The knowledge of these tohunga are informed by the tohunga of the world, not just the tohunga of their Māori world. Now think about that. Think about that. When we think like that, we find from where we sit here in 2021, and we reflect, we go back, our group of tohunga would think that the group of tohungas of the generations before us were restricted.
Kia ora.
They were restricted in that their knowledge was confined to the Māori world. And that is a great difference between those group of tohunga and this group of tohunga, that this group of tohunga have a good understanding of traditional knowledge, but they have a vast knowledge of the world, that we live in. People would ask me, so what's the difference between you and te kōkau, te piki kōtuku? I would gleefully take out my iPhone and put it on the table and say, that's the difference.
Kia ora.
When I press a button on that, the world comes to me or I go to the world. There's a whakatauki. And the whakatauki was about a psalm. Well, no, it's about if you're a tohunga, then you have all these things that you go to. E raka te maui, e raka. He ani te rā. What's the beginning of it? Ko te tohunga taiha, e raka te maui, e raka te katau. To be a tohunga in taiha, you need to have all these abilities. Yeah, a tohunga of today, all you need is your forefinger. Press the button and it's all there. Nā rākau katoa te ao. Press the button and an army comes to me.
Kia ora.
Yeah.
Or an Uber Eats.
That's one
I'm
difference.
still waiting for my coffee. Hoi no.
Some of these tohinga would have loved to push their phones this morning, I'll tell you, and the karakia roll out. I enei rānei a mātou whakarite-rite mo te hautapu āmotu hei whakarewa i te rānui o Matariki. I think he nui ake tō mātou a mai kia pai a mātou mahi i mua i tō mātou ruānuku. I tēnā o ngā kāmera.
Pono.
You know, what you guys see in the hautapu is the end.
Yeah. That iceberg.
And it's a culmination of preparation. But I was saying, i roto i te reo Māori, we're probably more nervous about performing in front of Po than the cameras that were on us this morning.
Because it goes back to the saying, ka he te taura, he no te tohunga ne.
Work both ways.
Ie ke ngā tohunga katoa. With some...
You didn't have to put it like that.
Which brings my pātai, kia koe mataia, tō whakaro mo te whakapono Māori. You know, whakapono Māori was... Atuatanga Māori today was on its biggest stage for us. Hea o whakaro ki tērā?
Kia ora. Ko aku whakaro ko ngā mahi i tēnei atanei, ko te whakatūheratanga o te kuaha, o te whare wānanga o tua whakarere. Now, the social constructs of our ancestors, those roles were reserved for particular people. A tohunga he te role, a rangatira, a tauira, a tūtua, and the traditional format of hierarchy. But because of the situation we find ourselves in, the demise of te reo Māori, tikanga Māori, you see the foresight in Sir Po Tēmara to want to feed the hungry mind. And I think because he comes from that tradition and he's seen the adversities Māori have faced, that he has taken down some of those barriers and welcomed people into this secluded world or this tapu world. Now, if we're to look at Hirini Moko Mead's book, Tikanga Māori, the survivor of the tohunga he makes mention of, Po was the last survivor. And I think when it comes to authenticity, it takes for a tohunga like Po to open those doors. Unfortunately, there are people who have the power of influence in society. And some people are influencing other people incorrectly. And for Po to see the demise in Māoridom and want to go against tikanga, to feed the conscious mind, I think Māoridom should understand how fortunate they are. So when it comes to the dissemination of whakapono Māori, I think that's part and parcel of what Matariki was about today. Matariki has front-footed the resurgence and how much whakapono Māori will be propelled into the future.
Tēnā koe.
Tēnā koe.
How do we find that? There's a bit of an answer like that, boys.
What are you having for lunch?
I'm just not used to him speaking English.
Erica, you've been at some from the start and you've been lucky enough to picture everything. How has it changed for you in the times of taking whakaahua from Hākarimata?
Well, how it's changed from the Hākarimatas is I don't have to walk up 1,400 steps anymore. Oh, rangi, man! But no, today was really cool, obviously. Such a privilege to be part of history. But yeah, I actually want to sidetrack from my part and go back to Po. And I just want to know... So from the hautapu that we done today and have been doing in recent years, the practices now similar to what you may have observed when you were a young boy?
The practices have a similarity, but it's lost in the renewal of the older practice of Matariki that we are going back to now, and the renewal to another form of knowledge, that incorporated new beliefs, systems, and we observed in my youth the planting season and the season of harvest. But it all emanated from the knowledge of Matariki. It was just a renewal of the knowledge. It wasn't to say that we didn't know anything about Matariki. We did, but we were carried with the tradition, with the tikanga, the practice that was prevalent at that time. So it's changed a lot, because in Watahuna in the late 1950s, we stopped observing the Ringatu practice, where it kept going in other areas, especially the whānau Apanui and the whānau Apanui. They maintained that practice, but it was lost to the rest of the people that practice Ringatuism. But we did understand the practice emanated from Matariki.
Ka pai, ka pai. Rangi. So today was a pretty big deal. Did you, but you know, back when we done those first hautapu, was that in 2015 maybe? Mm. Did you ever think that it was going to get to this, become an actual public holiday?
No, I had no idea, and thank God we don't do 1,500 steps in the morning, Erica. Yeah, I don't think I could do 15. Totally not fit enough for that. You know, I was talking to the Prime Minister, giving her a briefing as we were walking up the stairs, and we started giving, okay, and then I'm going to stand next to you, and when we... I just said to her, I'll tell you at the top. I was halfway through at the karakia, I was like, right, now what's happening? No, I had no idea it would get to this. But wow, here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
Yeah. I'm reminded of the kōrero, I think it's one of the last lines in your book, ko matariki kei tuatu ngā whetū. And I think that was an embodiment of what you, alongside everyone else, I know you're humbly the messenger of this kōrero. And I think it has to be acknowledged, the amount of generational kōrero that's been handed down, and that we're lucky to receive the practices and the kōrero, all aligned too with astrology and all that. I've been watching Te Mata Pūnenga as a little fan, little tohunga fan. We're some tohunga geeks, we're doing some commentary.
Snow is waiting for his call.
I was actually practicing in case something happened. I was like mumbling, me and a few other boys, just in case.
I got a few texts, I was like, kei te pai koe,
yeah, but you're good. Hanga whango tō reo. But I've been watching it sort of like you're watching the All Blacks, they're in camp. And it's really intense, and you can see it. I've been lucky enough to see some social media and watching everyone get ready for this whole week. I want to ask you, Anaha, pēr tō whakarite ia koe mo enei mahi?
Tēnā koe tō pātai e hoa. I enei marama, ko taha ke nei wā ta prakatihihia ngā karakia. O tira tēnā ki tāna. And you know, with myself, I'm actually more comfortable doing a whole tanga kawa all by myself, doing a whole hautapu all by myself, because I like the flow from start to end. I feel more comfortable doing the whole thing. I tēnei rangi nei, ko tahi e rua rānei, ngā karakia ki tēnā. It was actually quite more difficult for me to do that e hoa. But kia mōhio ai koutou toko warua ku tamariki, ko tahi te wahine. And there's
had to point that
out. Nō reira he mahi nui kei te kāinga i a māu ko taku wahine tiaki nei i te hunuku. Engari, you know, most thanks to her, actually. As I'm away doing all my different kaupapa, iawe, ngana nei ki te whakaora, i te reo Māori. Ngari kia hoki mai anō hau ki te kaupapa, ki tēnei mea ki te karakia. Ko tetehi mea nui kia ngā whakaaro ki te kaupapa, kātahi kārua, kia hāngai te tiro, ki tāku nei mahi. And yeah, despite the fact that only been one karakia that I did to Puārangi, I did find it more difficult. I I will be honest, I was a little bit nervous yesterday at our rehearsal. I was very, very tau today. There was not 1 ounce of nervousness within me. I felt real good, and I could feel my kuia and koroua with me at that time. And he rite tonu i taku karakia atu ki aku kuia me aku koroua, kia whakapiri mai, kia whakatata mai, kia kaua haere tawhiti. And that makes me feel good. Nei te tiripo taku koroua nāna tonu nei I tuku mai, I mui tana matenga, and I always feel that he's with me when I have these particular taonga that I have, dependent on the kaupapa. So a lot of the time, even just in the car, wawai ke ngā taringa waku tamariki ki aku na karakia. So they're just all used to that, even I'm doing some karakia in the car. But just ko te mea nui kia hāngai pū ki te kaupapa, kia kau e kōtiti haere, and wai mare ana I taku noho ki ngā rekereke o te kaumātua nei, nōku hoki te wai mare nui kia noho ki te taha wōku hoa karakia nei, and I think just kia kau anoi hoi makarauna, me u ki te kaupapa, kia mau tonu iau ngā kupu, and koe rā noi ho.
Kia ora, kia ora. A ka tuku te pātai, taua pātai kia koe paka ke tangata whakarite koe. Hea tō... hei ko te mare, hoi no. Hea tō whakaritenga?
E tautoko ana i ngā kōrero anaha, ana kona tonu te ahu o te whakarite ri te pēa te katoa. Ia ai ano, ia tai a mātou ano. Mōku ake nei, tuatahi me āhua mōhio tonu o hea te tikanga o ngā kupu, e ngā kōrero, ke pai ai taku waihanga pikitia. Mōku, I'm pretty hopeless if I'm just reciting words and I don't know what they're about or what they mean. So, te tīmatanga o taku karakia I tata nei, whatu ki runga, eyes up, ki te tuahiwi nui o rangi. The tuahiwi nui o rangi is the Milky Way. So you get that pictures, eyes up, Milky Way. Nē rā momo kōrero. Kore hua tō atu nei ki te uru. And at home I went around to the western side of my house the other morning and I was watching it hua going down as Matariki was coming up. So ka mau e rā pikitia. Nē I roto I te ka māmā ke. Nē te mau mahara. Te tingana. Ka māmā ke te mau mahara. And then just to, it's about drilling. But I think one of the... I'm like Anaha. I actually find it easier to do a whole tai te kawa ceremony than what we did for this. And I have been wondering why that is. I mean, I've never gotten so frazzled over one karakia in my life.
Yeah.
And I think it's partly because our own tai te kawa ceremonies, they usually are iwi karakia that we learned as youngsters, supplemented with our own compositions. Right, so you're very confident with that set, and it might be 12, 15, karakia, bang, bang, bang. But these ones were given to us. Yeah? And atahu, beautiful karakia. But because they were given to us, I think for me, it's a different kind of structure, a different approach, and I struggled a little bit with it. There was one word in my karakia, kari. And then my word is keri. So, I kept getting stuttered on that, because I would want to go to keri instead of kari, and, it was things like that. But we had a good quarter about this yesterday, Lindsay, just about, at the end of the day, even though the karakia came from Rangi and from Mataya and from Po, we had to make them our karakia to be successful today. If I was still thinking, I'm doing Mataya's karakia, I'm doing Rangi's karakia, now I would have still been, I think, anxious. But yesterday, we were talking, us three here went out to the beach and we talked about that, atu inai nei, naku, did he? Right, and I make it mine.
I hope you guys had your t-shirts on.
And make it mine so that then I become the rangatira of this karakia. The karakia doesn't remain my rangatira. And bugger me up. So I think I pērā mātou tatane. So that's just some of the things.
And I think I'm seeing you because you had to work in unison as a team, and so there's that trust thing as well. You're getting a bit analytical here, so you're trusting on your fellow tohunga to come in at the right time, and okay, we practice this, we practice that trust to come in. Pēhea kia koe, kahu tō whakarite?
Rite ki te katoa,
Nui te mihi. Nui te mihi.
Nui te whakapono. Te whakapono o tēnā, I roto I te kaupapa nei. E mohi ana hau, me ka hapa tetehi, kei reira tetei atu hei tuara mana. E ni roto I tēnei kāhui, he kāhui tata. Tino tata mātou. Mōku ake, ka tino aru au, ai ki ngā kupu, ki ta manamataki o te karakia, engari ko tētai atu mea nui, kia waia haere tō tinana ki te oho moata. So that you can acclimatise your body. So, you know, it's not just today and yesterday. Most of us have probably been up at 4 o'clock for the last couple of weeks. So that your body can receive those messages of pain and suffering. E ka aroha ki a tātou nei tamariki moko puna nā wāhine. You know, I feel sorry for our wives and our kids sometimes because they're hearing us out of the shed, doing the karakia over and over. So me upoko pakaru te karawhiu. You know, kare he wāhi mo te hawhe pai, te harane. Yeah. And konei te taumata I whakarite e pau. So for us here down in Matariki is quite a new kaupapa for Ngāti Toa. Although I could say, I think when we were teaching in Kura Kaupapa almost 20 years ago, we were practicing Matariki. We were doing the umu kohu kohu. Ka tūwhera te umu kohu, ka rewa te hautonga. And then the kids are sitting there going, kei whea Matariki? Kei reire, kua māhue mai ngā kāpua. They're there, but they're behind. But with Rangi, he's now brought this knowledge. And that's what I love about it, is the science behind it. We can actually find the date, the time of tikana. Because before we were really just guessing it. Oh, you know, I got a really mihi to those kaiako 20-odd years ago that sort of stood out and wanted to try Matariki. And I heard our kura up in Otaki, they were doing their Matariki this morning, their umu kohu kohu. And I'm just really happy that we have a kaupapa mātauranga Māori down here for us down in the south. A lot of the boys come from big tribes. He iwi moro I tinoi hoa Ngāti Toa. So, you know, these sorts of things are really important when I think about the sustainability of karakia, tikanga Māori, I roti tōku iwi. So,
Tika tau kahu, it's as if, you know, with the development and more kōrero that's come out for Matariki, at the bullseye or the object of our whakapono has become more definitive. Now you know where Matariki is. I remember Prane talking about he's at a wānanga at Wharepuhunga and he was doing a karake at the Matariki. Engari, he aro kē koutou ki te uru, i te tonga.
It was a star. It was a star. He whetu. It was 25 years ago.
And you talked about keeping healthy and stuff. E hoa tātere, ko ki tei o whakāhui roto I te whare pakari tīnana, tautahanga. Tanga tūwai.
Whakāhua noi ho.
Pehea tō ake whakarite I a koe anō mo tēnei mahi.
I think there's 3 components. There's the physical preparation, there's the mental preparation, and then there's the spiritual or emotional preparation. Physical, I'm surprised we didn't get any noise complaints in the hotel we were staying in, because from 3 a.m. onwards there was a steady flow of chanting right across our floor. I could hear my mate in his room doing a sister act, la 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 la. Because we knew once we hit the reception and we saw our ruanuku, we had to ensure that we were fully prepared. There was no practicing left to do down there. So I think there's the physical preparation, getting up early, making sure those vocals are ready, having a drink, making sure you're ready to go. And understanding that we were standing in subarctic conditions this morning out there, and we dare not shiver or show that we were freezing. We were under strict instructions, look manly, look tuhunga. The mental preparation, of course, is learning words. It's only a small part of the world of tourism. The third part is spiritual or emotional preparation. Because when you're opening a portal to another realm, you don't know what can happen. And your emotions can be sparked at the best of times. So looking at the horizon and listening to Scotty's words to Pohutukawa, and then suddenly seeing images of both your parents who are gone and knowing, bro, you got to suck it up because you're next. And also knowing that no matter what happens, the show has to go on. It was a bit cold out there, and before we got the countdown, some of us went quite close to the gas burners to get warm. not realising that our prized, irreplaceable cloaks that belonged to Te Papa actually got very close. They didn't catch on fire. And I imagine in my head, now if my cloak catches on fire, I have to do my karakia. And once I'm finished, I'll be able to roll around on the ground and be stomped.
I honestly did have a faint smell of Tigu baking.
It wasn't mine. But I think for me, the greatest role is remember why we do it, remember the principles, and for me, the greatest challenge is to make even a skeptic rethink their position.
Kia ora.
We talk about whakapono Māori. Make a skeptic go home and go, maybe. Koera.
Whakapono, it's a big thing there. Rangi, the Prime Minister has believed in you, and you have to go, nah, we've got it sweet too. Pehea tō whakarite i a koe, me te whakarite I tēnei kaupapa. Ki a koe, te taha ki a koe.
When the... mine's been a little bit long. I've had 18 months to get ready for this. And as soon as it became apparent that this was happening, my first point of call is my uncle.
Kia ora.
And who's my uncle before he is my ruanuku. But that's the first port of call, just to talk over what he thought, whether he thought it was a good idea, whether he thought... I knew as a group, and one of the things that people see is the end product of Te Matapunenga. What they don't see is what happens behind the closed doors, as Kahu was talking about. But that behind the closed doors, kind of the wānanga that we've had, unites us and brings us together. Yeah. We are a kāhui, just like Matariki. We do travel as a group, and even there are a couple of us not here, they're here. And so it is that mentality. So I had 18 months, I went to Po, and Po said, yeah, we're doing this, and then it started. But it started from not even just talking about the karakia, it was actually creating the karakia. Actually going back to the basics and creating a set of karakia that we hope to share with the nation to become the go-to set of karakia from here on moving forward for Matariki, for those that want to be part of that. So it has been a long, I felt a real release and quite emotional at the end when I finished, because it's been this long 18 months, every single day, weekend, sleeping at Te Papa, getting up in the morning, cooking a kai. The Te Papa staff and the group that work behind the scenes are absolutely incredible. And so, for you to be out the front, having and expressing that actual manifestation of whakapono and everyone's intentions through your words and your practice doesn't actually happen without all of that stuff behind you, because they whakapono to you. So there's a whole lot of people that believe in you, and therefore you're put to the front to express that belief in a public way. And that's pretty much what happened today. So for me, I draw on my pools, the people that have fed into me and supported me, and that comes out in that expression of whakapono. I just wanted to catch up on one other thing too about the science of it. I really appreciate that, because I just want to say that, we talk about spirituality and there's this idea that mātauranga Māori and karakia are based on myths and legends. Okay? There is empirical science that sits at the base of those karakia. Pakake was talking about the spring. Hoki mai rā e te pipi, wharauro, hoki mai rā e te koe a. Well, the long-tailed cuckoo and the shining cuckoo come back during that period of time, in the correct lunar phase of the correct lunar month according to the position of the sun. It is a triangulation of astronomical and ecological events that are absolutely spoken in his karakia. That's one example across all of these incantations that are embedded with empirical science. You don't navigate that ocean on myths and legends. You don't implement... You do not implement a detailed astronomical, ecological system of time with intercalation of an additional month every 3 years and all of this complex knowledge on myths and legends. And so this is also, as much as it is a manifestation of belief in whakapono, it's a manifestation and an embodiment of our scientific practices.
Well, just as the dish ran away with the spoon, neha. Tēnā koe rangi.
It's right up there with someone walking on water.
Ai. E tāpau. Hea tō whakaritenga ki te whakarite i te mata pūninga mo tētahi mahi pēnei.
He mahi ua.
Mahi nui.
Mutunga mai o te nui. Te ua. But these guys, these tohunga have been trained to think in a certain way and to act in a certain way. For some of them, like Kahu, he has to retrain himself to wake up early in the morning. But that's part of what we do. For some of us, that's just part of our lives. For me, all my life, I've been an early waker. If I have 5 hours sleep a night, that's too long. And I'm always awake by 3:30. That's always been my life. I have no sympathy for anyone who sleeps longer than that. I have no sympathy for people who sleep during the day. No sympathy at all, because that was how I grew up, and that's how I was taught. Day is for working, night is for sleeping, and then you wake up and you look at these things. You look at the stars. You look at the sky. You wonder about what's out there. So, yes, it becomes a habit. It becomes a good habit. Yeah. And whakapono is always part of my belief. 3:30 kai te karakia. Yeah. And that lasts 20 minutes and kamut. And then I'm up, get my coffee.
Off for your run?
Yeah, well, yes, it's colder now, so I don't do that. Mataya is putting me in, giving me a program, of getting a 75-year-old, I just need my muscles to be a little bit bigger than hers. Yeah. The only thing where I failed, of course, is that look around. These guys are behemoths. See, look at them. They're like tōtara trees, tall. I'm still working on a karakia to make me tall. I've conquered keeping my hair black. 25 years old. Black.
Mahi nui tērā e hoa. Mahi nui.
No, easy. Karakia.
Karakia. Pehea kia koe tai, pehea tō whakarite i a koe anō.
Ko tā koe tautoko i ngā kōrero katoa kua puta. Engari i te wā tuatai i ki mai arangi ki au. Pau, anei ngā rā mo tēnei tau. Ko taku whakarite, ko te whakarite i taku hapu.
Ai, kia ora.
So, with the progression of the hautapu ceremony and what we have today, of course, Rangi was going up with Erika to Hakari Mata, and then 2 years after that, we were on top of a hill at Rangi Atea. And kei konei etahi o taku whānau, I piki mai ki runga o Rangi Atea. So this will be our 6th hautapu back home. And this is their first hautapu without me. And one of the things that Pau has taught us is about succession planning. So I ata kōrero au ki taku hapu, I said, hey, I'm not going to be this hautapu, you've got 2 choices. One, hei ha te hautapu, me tūtonu rānei. He tere tonu te whakahoki a te hapu, a te whakao, me tūtonu. You go to your dumb hapu, your dumb hautapu down in Wellington. So I was really excited for them to hold the hautapu. And, it's the bigger picture for me of Matariki. It's not a novelty. It's not a one day and we say, Mānawa tia Matariki, we all be Māori for the day, and next day, e tama ko hoki anō ki ngā mahi. We've got one whānau that are in charge of, a cousin now has learnt how to grow kumara because of Matariki, so that's her responsibility. An uncle, ia tau, ko tana mahi ko te tuna, and he takes some with him ki te mahi te tuna. Someone else, they go fishing. Some years it's a bit rough, so you got to go to Pack and Save. Engari, that's the bigger picture of Matariki, is our connection to the taiao and how it's grown the hapu in that respect. And now everybody just goes, it's on the hapu calendar. So ko aku mihi ki a koe rangi e kore e mutu. Ka mutu ki a tātou e hoa mā te matapuninga ka hoki ngā whakaaro ko tātou ki rongo rangi ātea e mihi ake ana ki a tātou. Kia ora tātou.
Kia ora. Kia koe hoki e koro, ko koe tētahi hoki o tō rahi e whakahaere ana e nei mahi tō ake whenua. Ka mutu hea tō whakarite i a koe, hea tō whakarite hoki i tō rahi.
Ei, kia ora e tai. Ngā mihi nui kia ko takato. Ko tāku noi hona e whakapono atu ana ki tēnei koro ki te kore he whakakitenga, ka mate te iwi. Ka mutu, ko mātou o Parehauraki e tonu ana ki tēnei kaupapa nui whakaharahara. So for myself and my tribes in iwi in Parehauraki, we're up to our 5th year for the Matariki celebrations, having whāngai te hautapu and all those beautiful things that we saw today. But I just want to quickly change the subject a bit to... we're very honoured to be under the leadership of someone like Sir Pau Temara.
Kia ora.
You know, there'll come a time when this fellow will no longer be with us, and we'll turn around and we'll say, you know, it was a real privilege to be under the leadership of this tohunga. This tohunga here is one of a kind. He's the last ilk of that mantle. So, you know, we're very honoured, and just one thing that we need to remember is tohunga is, you know, we serve our people, but we serve the higher cause. And the most important thing that we've been taught, even though we like to muck around and sometimes we're a little bit boisterous and a little bit loud, is whakaiti.
Kia ora.
Whakaiti is a big thing. And whakapono, you have to absolutely be either in this kaupapa or out. There is no halfway. You have a whakapono to our atua Māori, you whakapono to our karakia Māori, you can't be half-hearted. And that's one thing when you talk about the question to me, what is whakarite, that is what it is for me.
Ka whakawhiti ati kia koe matai, mo tō ake whakaritenga. Ka matu e he kenei ngā kaupapa, me o ti a koe roto I tēnei wiki. Tēnā kōrero mai mo e rā whakaritenga au.
Ai, tēnā koe. Kia hau, I muri rānei, I te haere mai ki ngā kaupapa hira āmotu pēni. Me tika tō pātiki. Nō reira, I whakatūria e au taku umu kohu whetū. Ki o kūrei ki make tū. Tiki I te wāhi ki taku te arawatanga. Peka pēnei mai, tiki I te wāhi ki taku kāhui. Pōpō e kaupapa anō, e umu kohu ki wairau, tiki I te wāhi ki taku Ngāti Rāruatanga. But I have to remember that that's a privilege.
Kia ora.
And I've been groomed to carry on these practices. And Anaha just reminded me earlier about the time I was fortunate enough to go to Te Whare Huia a couple of days before he passed away. And to see my hero in that state, it told me that, Mataia, this is your responsibility. This is an obligation to Te Whare Huia to continue everything he bequeathed upon me, the efforts, the hope bestowed upon me, and I feel that this is my calling. And just to add to that, I'd just like for everybody to know that I wasn't even supposed to be a part of this kāhui. Too young, too humble. But I was fortunate for Pau to fight against Te Whare Huia in Timoti. And at the age of 22, I was brought into the fold. What is every other 22-year-old in the country doing, in the world doing? I was going to wānanga. I was learning about tikanga Māori that you would only read about in books. So because I was fortunate to be in that space, going back to the Te Whare Huia context again, I told myself, Mataia, this is what you will be doing for the rest of your life. And I thought to myself, I can't make it here to Pōneke to execute this kaupapa if I didn't light fires at home, to practice them at home. So I took the kaupapa back to Maketu. I'm here and I make my way to Wairau tomorrow to continue spreading the gospel of Matarikism.
Te rongo pai o Matariki. Tēnā koe me tai. Kia koe, Leon, koe ki nei he ringen koe. Engari, ko kia kētia. Engari, he mea nui tēnei mo tō whaiwāhi mai ki roto I tēnei kaupapa. Hea tō ake whakaritenga, kamatu, hea te wahanga ki tō tātou reo Māori roto I nei mai.
Kia ora. Oe he pēnei au I te kāinga hau ka waia mai taku tuakana. Ka kite au I tana ingo I taku waia ka hua māharahara au. Ka waia mai, ka ki mai, ka kōrero māu. Ka puta mai te tono. Ke haere mai au ki te āwhina. Koe rā noi ho tāku. He āwhina. He noho hei tautoko. Noho puku. Ka rau I kōrero. Ka rau I karakia. Ka rau I aha. Atu I te tū, ki te taha. Hei kai tautoko. E tino tautoko ana I aku hoa. I roto I ngā tau. Ana tai atu hoki ki tō tātou pāpā. Kei konei au, ka karangati ana au, kei re hei taituara, hei kai āwhina. Koe rā.
Kia ora. Pehea kia koe tō whakaaro mo te reo Māori.
Ai, koe rā kia au tētahi o ngā āhuatanga ātāhua o tēnei kaupapa. E hara I te mea ko ngā tikanga anake e whakaorahia nei. Ko te reo hoki e whakaorahia nei. I'm...
Me waiata. He wai.
Haere tonu.
Thinking about Matariki and what it brings to us, not only in the respect, not only with regards to our tikanga, but also to the reo, is really encouraging. The phrase manawa tia Matariki that hopefully will ring in the ears of all the Hobson Pledge supporters and
we're coming for you.
So much so that it becomes just part of our conversations I Aotearoa whānui. And what I'm really happy about is that there's an R in it, Matariki. So people have to get their tongues trained to say Matariki. And hopefully, because it's now become an official holiday for our country, and that it's become part of our normal vernacular, that our people who aren't familiar with the language can practice that word Matariki, so it is no longer called Matariki, but becomes Matariki. And it's good that we are encouraging each other to support each other. And that's what I love about this kaupapa as well, is that it's not just a Māori thing. It's not just for for these people on the stage. It's for everyone. It's about uniting our people. It's about uniting our minds, hearts, souls, and cultures. And I'm really heartened by what I saw today, and I'm hopeful for the future.
Tēnā koe tai. Just in closing.
May I just say something? Look, Te Heketu is understating the role that he plays, and it's typical of Te Heketu, and that's why we brought him into the group. He is the kind of person that comes with the whakapapa of the kinds of things that we do. At Te Panikiri Tāngata Te Reo, we, the teachers of Te Panikiri Tāngata Te Reo, gave him the name Te Pairi. And Te Pairi is a noted tohunga oratory of reo, of karakia. He was a tohunga of the highest order. And he had all those qualities. And we kept calling him Te Pairi until his mother objected. And so we had to stop calling him Te Pairi. I still think of him as Te Pairi because of what he brings. He brings calmness. He brings, gives us confidence when we see him. Ko tai mai te paini ka pai. And for all of us, including me, it gives me added impetus, gives me added kaha to fulfill the roles that we all play. So, typical of Te Heketu, he understates.
Aye, tika. I'm glad someone spoke on his behalf in that type of kōrero, because I knew he was being quite reserved. E rangi, you know, just as we wrap up, I want to ask the big question, because he mahi tapu, ngā mahi o ti a koutou tēnei ata nei. What were the considerations or the kōrero that went amongst you, te matapunenga, for actually televising such mahi?
Good question. One of the things that most people won't understand about Poe is how modern his way of thinking is. Even though he's a trained tohunga, and people understand that comes with the notion of tapu and restrictions, and think that when he says a word, lightning flashes in the sky, and you know, ka kemo, and then a bird will fall out of the heavens.
That's true.
What it is he's quite a progressive thinker. And really, we don't live in the world that our ancestors lived in. We don't. It's changed. And it will continue to change. We will continue to change as a people. And the only way that Matariki survives and lives is if we share it. No culture survives in isolation. Shutting culture off from the influences of the world, thinking you can hide behind an iron curtain and live, is wrong. It actually speeds up cultural decline. What we wanted to do, and I spoke to Poe about this extensively, is to share it with as many people as possible. My koroua said to me, knowledge that isn't shared isn't knowledge. Practices that aren't shared are not practices. So Poe was very supportive, not only of that, but also of the notion of, to ensure that everyone could be part of it, particularly those who don't speak te reo Māori, that on the television screen, the translation was coming up beside, so people could see what was being talked about. The announcers, one sitting down the front here, Mātai and Stacey Morrison, they actually spoke before the karakia explaining what was going on. So it was a way to draw people in. But I think we should go further. I think that moving forward, I would think that the karakia to the female stars should be done by females. I think the karakia to the male stars should be done by males. Now, there is this misconception, I think it's a misconception, our wahine, they didn't do karakia. I disagree with that. And I think we perpetuate that a little bit. Yes, we are a group of males. And that's just because, well, some tests need to happen in some places. But no, and it's just the way that this group is established. But I think we need to go further and think about how the inclusion of our wahine into the karakia. And before I you know, because I'm quite open to that, but always my first point of reference is Poe. And he is a very progressive thinker. I just want to respond to something that around the tapu and around the whakaaro Māori as to why taku tuakana te heketu kai konei.
Kia ora.
There's a couple of people that are missing from the group who couldn't make it. Now, when you stand as a tohunga, you take all of these whakaaro Māori and all of these omens and superstitions into account. Poe was in the middle. There are the tohunga beside him. There was 5 on one side and 4 on the other. Now, that's a korapa. That's a mistake because it's an uneven line, right? And from a Māori whakaaro, we're setting ourselves up for a bit of failure here. We're going to open the new year with an unbalanced number of tohunga involved in the karakia. Now, Te Heketu is a relation of mine, of ours, but he also comes with his mana, and he comes with his whakapapa, and he was my first port of call to invite him to even up the line. That's why he stood in there. And he evened up the line, and it settles us, it gives us courage, it gives us confidence, and that's how those karakia rolled out this morning. So he understates himself, painfully so sometimes, because he's got all of these talents, and it's sometimes hard to get them out of him. But I was so proud, and you know, we are very close. There wouldn't be other people that I would have rather have done this with this morning than the group of gentlemen that you see on the stage. This is my closest friends, and a group that I'm so proud to be part of, and something today which is unprecedented that happened today, and I think is something that these gentlemen and our where we come from and our mentors and our people and our tribes and who we represent shared today with the nation to forge us together under one identity, and that's what I'm most proud of.
And before I give the last word to Tāpou, I just want to acknowledge Rangi. Rangi was there at the first episode of Taringa, 5 matariki ago. So this is koea hoki te rā whānau, te matariki tuarima o Taringa. Koe nā i hira ai tēnei kaupapa. And we've had the pleasure of speaking with a lot of these learned gentlemen on the stage with us today in another episode. So if you don't know, go and have, Google them. Hoi no, ka tuku te rākau kia koe mo te kōrero whakatepe tā, kia wātea tātou, hoi no, me o whakaro.
While it's fresh in my mind, at the end of Te Matapunanga teaching, when all these who graduated, I proposed that we should begin in the coming year Te Matapuihoiho. And Te Matapuihoiho was a select group of women to be taught the ways of the tohunga and the karakia that the male counterparts who are all here were privileged to have. And I thought I had done my job well, because tohungatanga is about an open mind. It's about understanding the world. It's always about keeping your mind open to possibilities. Obviously I didn't, because there were some people within this group who were not ready for that. But Rangi has mentioned that there is a place for women and there is a place for women. And I think if someone can prove to me that traditionally women did not have a place a part to play, then I would like to see that person, because my knowledge is that our kuias were tohunga tū. I am part of the education of kuia tohunga. I am part of that. And I think I was talking to Professor Rawinia Higgins and saying to her, well, if there is not a Māori establishment that would agree to that, then I would go to a Pākehā institution that she is an assistant vice-chancellor of, and proposed that Te Matapuihoiho be taught at a Pākehā University. What an amazing, what a sad thought that I have to go to a Pākehā institution to introduce something like that. All right, now, these group of people, let it not be said that their job is just to regurgitate things that they are taught. These people are now tohunga. They are equal to me. They are people who can do amazing things. This is the hidden part of their tohungatanga. Whatever you want, if you go to one of these people, and some of them, some of them, you would never think that they have the abilities that they have. Some of them can cure babies. That's the tohungatanga that they have. Some of them can cure the sick. That's what they have. Some of them can deflect tapu. That is what they have. But all of them go beyond what you have seen, what you have heard. That is their tohungatanga. They are in the zone. And once they are in the zone, Wairuatanga descends on them and give them other abilities that even I don't know, but I have prepared them to be able to be recipients of Wairuatanga. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged to have a group of 12 tohungas. You imagine. People say, are you going to start another matapu? No, 12 is enough. 12 is enough. I've taught 12. And now, if each one of these 12 teach 12, and they're starting to do that, imagine how many tohungas there would be in the Maori world. They've been told, okay, don't saturate the world with tohunga. Otherwise it becomes, it dissipates. Tohunga is a special person. I'm starting a course at Awanuiarangi, and that course is how does one become a tohunga? And it's not tohunga like these fellas. These, as Professor Timothy Karetu terms them, that tapu lot. No, this is tohungatanga based on who a go-to person, male or female, a go-to person in a hapu that people will go to. That person is a tohunga. She or he has got the knowledge to fix my problem. Whatever the problem is, modern problems, old problems, mate problems, tāne problems, wahine problems, you can go to that tohunga. That tohunga may not know, but that tohunga has the knowledge, educated person, to point you in the direction. So that's what that course is all about. Hopefully NZQA can make that course happen while Hirinibid and I still have our faculties.
Well, I think that's long past.
Yeah. The person sitting next to me is actually a frog. He gives me so much cheek, so much joy, and so much, everything else. But every time I get hoha with him, I turn him into a frog. That's the ability that I have. You're meant to go, oh, gaga. But you know, whakanuiarangi. But he failed. He failed, ladies and gentlemen. He failed, Te Taringa, because we gave him a mission. His mission was to go to where no one has gone before. He's got this whakatauki that Matariki is beyond the stars. Well, I can see Matariki. We wanted him to go to the 11th heaven. Or if you're a modern thinker, the 13th heaven. We wanted him to go to the 100th heaven. Well, what does typical rangi do? He goes, the first star he meets, Matariki, he stops. And in that case, he failed. I wanted him to go where no other God has been. I wanted him to create new gods. And that's the modern thinking. That's where I want you to go.
Hono e mihi ana kia koe tā. A ko tai tātou ki te whakamutunga o tēnei whakapāhotanga, e mihi ana kia koutou katoa. Ka whakairi ki te pūtea whakanako ki te tāhuhu o tēnei whare. Kia tau mai tonu nei, ngā manaki tanga ki runga i tēnā tātou. E rongo whakairi ki runga, kia wāte, aira, ko wātea. Tūturu whakamaua kia tīnā. Aumi e, hui e, tai ki e, he wai. Mō te kāngi, mō te rā,
Look at you now.
Toaroha.
Toaroha e karere ki te ao.
Karangatia na kupu, boy. Karangatia na kupu.
Puritia ko ngā kaupapa ki a mau. Makamari ki toa te rangi e. Ki te whenua te marama
Koutou katoa, hei kona.
Hei kona! Oh, she's really cool. Just like,
Hare hare, my we gotta gather up close, everybody. Gather up close, everybody. Kani kani, move that body.